Let's Jester back again. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that good stuff. Leave a comment if you will. So I was getting kind of worried because I feel like, this whole flat earth thing's kind of just taken over, and a lot of people believe it, and I just need to get grounded again, just get back to earth, because it's just, I feel like, I'm a little bit confused about all this, so I need to be straightened out. So what to be really patriotic, because I am Canadian, I'll find a good, hardworking, honest, true-to-life Canadian hero. A patriotic Canadian hero with airports named after him to really set me straight, get me on the straight and narrow, get my ideas back on track, to be said. So Chris Hatfield and Big Think were nice enough to put this video together to tell me where I went wrong, to really put forth some of his true-to-life experience and things that he's lived and some of the observations that he's made, here on Earth and, of course, amongst the stars. Those examples that'll just really set me straight and put me in the right direction. So thanks, Chris Hatfield and Big Think, for this. To really set me straight.
Was launched that could carry people. It was in Paris in the late 1700s, and it was Montgolfier, the brothers. They had hydrogen balloons and hot air balloons, and it was the cutting edge of science. It was the cutting edge of technology. We just learned how to capture
a
gas like hydrogen that would be lighter than air. You could make a balloon, and the first balloon rose, and Ben Franklin was there. And
Name drop.
Magnificent. All of those scientists. And it rose, but it got out of control, and it went and landed out in the countryside, 15 miles away from Paris.
So if you try,
attacked it with pitchforks because they thought it was an alien coming from space.
Are you fucking kidding me? In the 1700s, they attacked it with pitchforks because they thought it was an alien. Just leaving that little nugget in your subconscious. Aliens weren't an idea until the 50s and the 60s when the American government started that whole psyop. So for Chris Hadfield to say that in the 1700s people attacked it because they thought it was an alien,
schism.
Come on.
Between learned understanding and scientific
how dumb the people are. We're just so dumb.
Perception of what was normal.
And he's such a smart, just
amazing
miles
man. Away. There was an enormous gap.
So he still hasn't really given us any proof or observations.
And what a lot of folks knew yet, or what had become part of common knowledge. So there's nothing.
So in the 1700s, the globe was common knowledge, Everybody knew about it. I mean, nobody had actually seen anything of any type of proof, and Michelson and Morley haven't even gotten involved, or, but they knew in the 1700s.
About the speed with which we're inventing things and the ability for people to understand what's going on. There's a recent populist sort of wave of anti-science, and as if that's something new.
Science.
It's mostly because social.
So he's talking about the scientific method, right? Like anti-science would be the opposite of the scientific method. So surely now, I've been waiting about a minute so far, minute 24. So surely now he's going to start bringing forth his scientific evidence of a globe Earth. I can't wait. This is going to be great. Real science
has given everybody what appears to be an equal voice.
Yeah.
On the corner of Hyde Park in London, there's Speaker's Corner, and that used to be the internet, where you could go stand there and yell any stupid thing you wanted. And if people wanted to gather around and listen, that was their choice. But if you weren't in...
Was that a shout-out? Maybe? Was that a shout-out to John Smith Globeli? Speaker's Corner? Down in Leith? I'm giving him a shout-out.
Whatever that person was spouting, then you didn't need to listen. But
you don't need to listen.
Has sort of turned everything into the Speaker's Corner. So you really have to just decide what are you going to listen to and what aren't you? And
so that's good advice, Chris. Good advice.
That is patently false. Like if somebody says the sky is orange, you can have an argument about it if you want, but it's obviously not true. So there's really no point in even engaging in conversation. Or if somebody says the world is flat, it's patently untrue. So there's no point in engaging in conversation because all you're doing.
No point in even bothering to engage. Just ignore it. Hide from it. There's no reason to even look any further because I already know the truth. Trust me, I'm Chris Hadfield, I already know the truth, so don't worry about it. I know I haven't told you any truths yet, but
that we've known for thousands of years to not.
We've known it for so long.
So
you're just
I
so
just, I don't
stupid.
need to worry about it. The world is full of fascinating, interesting, new
Amazing,
discoveries.
interesting.
And we're pushing the very.
Just look at these
boundaries
things.
of
Look at your
what
cell
we
phone.
know.
It's way better.
Stephen Hawking, who just recently died.
Name drop.
The work that he did in trying to understand how the universe works.
He was
thinker.
so amazing, that Stephen Hawking, voluntarily giving us all that information, because I'm sure it was really Stephen, blowing in that straw that was giving us, and he wasn't a puppet for the elite. And a lot of ideas that we consider to be amazing, stupendous, amazing, everything is everything truths come from Stephen Hawking, or at least the puppet that we call Stephen Hawking. Look into the ice bucket challenge. Holy shit.
People around that, why would you engage with someone who is being
Don't even engage.
ignorant?
Willfully.
I don't mind people that just don't know.
Ignorant.
They're just in the process of learning. But if someone has chosen to take the facts and be deliberately stupid about them, then I think they've discounted themselves from rational conversation.
He sometimes speaks truth, and that's the best way to hide truth, is around deceptions.
So
you sneak it in there.
Just because somebody says
Chris,
something,
just
no matter how big their megaphone
sneak it in
is,
there.
Doesn't mean that they deserve conversation.
Don't even bother.
Use your own brain.
Use your own
That's
brain.
why we each have one, and choose who you're going to disregard.
And you know what? In the end, if you really listen between the lines, he did give pretty decent advice. I agree. Listen, choose who you want to listen to. I kind of agree. I guess I don't agree, because you could listen to everybody. You could listen to everybody and take all things into account with a grain of salt. Come to your own conclusions. Make your own observations. Just don't listen to lying space fucks that are getting paid to put you and your brain in their back pocket. Because that's where it is. You are being deceived always by everything. I watching WWE wrestling the other night, and I was watching it on Fox Network and got a few commercials. Video coming on that later. We'll talk about that. Thoughtless Jester, like, share, and subscribe.